We're live.
We're on. There we go.
Loud.
Well, that was obnoxious. Ooh, I gotta grab a drink.
Question.
Yeah.
Do. Oh, I got it. Let me share it. Share. Hello. I'm sharing, and like always, Tony's getting a drink. Hello. I'm just sharing. Tony's getting his drink. And then we will be talking. I'm almost done.
Good evening, everybody. Hello. Don't mind my hair. Literally just got off of work, so I got the hat hair. Hello from Ohio. Hello from Orlando.
Aw, thanks, Liz.
Thank you, Liz. You know, sometimes I get confused because
She changed
she
her name.
changed her name, so I'm
Our
like,
Mickey
what Liz?
balloon is starting to deflate.
Oh, so
but
yeah.
not really. It's not the Mickey. It's the outer balloon
So,
that's deflating.
Before we get into everything about the character warehouse, I wanted to talk about this balloon just for a second. So we got gifted this balloon when we did a staycation at the Caribbean beach, all but like what, 3 weeks ago?
Something like that.
Something like that. And it is only starting to now deflate. Worth the $16?
Maybe.
It might actually be worth the $16.
Especially because, like you said, the actual Mickey hasn't deflated yet.
No.
It's just this outer one.
And it's still, it hasn't fallen. It still goes up in the air, so it might actually be worth the $16.
Sophia's watching. Cindy's granddaughter.
Oh, yeah.
Vloganito.
Vloganito. That's Disney magic.
It is Disney magic. Mickey lives on forever.
Yeah, because I was like, I wanted to pop this thing, and I couldn't believe that it was $16 when she told us. I was like, Jesus! I knew it was expensive, but I didn't think $16. And then now, like 3 weeks later, it's just deflating. I'm like, I wonder if it actually is worth the $16 now. I don't know, if you take care of things.
You take care of it.
Although, speaking of taking care of things, before we get into the warehouse, well, I was at Hollywood Studios yesterday before I went live with everybody. Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
Yes, I was off yesterday.
I was
I don't know what day it is. I saw, as I was setting everything up, I saw this kid, you know, little kid.
You posted it
I know,
on Facebook.
but some people may not have seen it. And I'd say he was probably maybe like 6. And he took one of those custom droids that are like $100-some. He picked it up in broad daylight and threw it. And it smashed into all these pieces.
If I were the parent, I would.
I was like, oh no, $100-some.
Was he angry?
The dad?
No, the kid. Like, what? Do you know, like, why he
Well,
threw it?
no, I don't know why he threw it. He just picked it up and threw it. It's a toy. So, like, I don't think it was, like, fully, like, broken all the way, because the dad was, like, fixing it, put it together, and he gave it back to the kid. The kid just picked it up and threw it back down again. And then the dad flipped out.
Maybe he wasn't happy with the way the droid came out.
I don't know, but that was, like, $100-some custom droid. Just picked it up in broad daylight and threw it.
I don't think, if I had a 6-year-old, I would have them make a $100 droid.
Yeah, I would just probably buy him a regular droid.
They're better quality, too.
They are better quality. Anyways, so I don't want to make this too long because it is kind of late. So
And Tony has to work again.
Yes, and I have to work again tomorrow. So we know you got questions about the Disney character warehouse.
We'll see it at the warehouse.
Right. So, hello, Ara. We know you got the questions. And
First time live chatter. Nice.
oh, nice. Awesome.
Welcome.
And
this is where we just talk nonsense and get off topic a lot.
we do get off topic a lot. I'm very random.
Even though Tony said, let's get this started, we're going to make this short. It's never short. We're always on for like an hour.
I know. I try. I likes to talk to people. And so you got questions, we got answers, because we were there. Liz was there, so she could chime in as well. to give her thoughts and everything, and maybe some things we might leave out. So we're not gonna jump all around, especially if you have questions. We're not gonna like jump all over the place. We're gonna kind of like break this down to what it is. So
what it is.
Yes, the Disney
Character Warehouse is a store.
Yes, it is a store.
You said we were gonna break it down to what it is.
Oh, okay, let's break it down.
It's a store.
Some people actually might not know what the Disney Character Warehouse is.
It's a store. Mm-hmm. And there's 2 of them in the Orlando area. But only one is open right now.
Yes, the one on International I Drive, as people would call it, is not open.
But the one at the Orlando Vineland Premium Outlets is open. And it's located right by the food court. And
about 10 minutes from Disney Springs.
Probably not even.
Not even 10
what
minutes.
Lights you get.
Yeah.
And they sell park merchandise at a discounted rate. So it's
50 to 70% off.
And it's all stuff like, seasons, holidays, festivals. When that stuff is over, it gets sent over to the warehouse.
Or old designs.
Or old stuff that they're just trying to get rid of because they want to bring in new stuff. So the way they get rid of it, they send stuff to Cast Connections, which is pretty much a cast member character warehouse in a sense.
Correct.
But a lot bigger. And then you have your character warehouses. There, like I said, there's 2 in Orlando. There's one, 4 hours away, south, the Sawgrass Mills.
Oh, the Sawgrass
I don't think that one's open yet either.
I don't think Sawgrass is open.
But yeah, it's a pretty awesome shop. And if you like something, and it's not like... it's not something that's going to sell at the park. So the reason I say that is the Farewell Illumination Spirit jersey, I should have just bought at the park because I knew that it was never going to make it to the warehouse because they were going to sell out before it would even get there. And that's exactly what happened. And I never got one.
The only stuff that made it there was the little kids t-shirt.
Yeah, the little kids t-shirts made it there.
That's why I bought my Illumination shirt at the park because I was like, it's never going to make it. It's Illuminations. Anyways.
Does everything make it there? No.
Not everything.
Because there was a shirt I liked that I saw at the parks that I no longer see at the parks, and I've never seen it at the warehouse. So no, not everything goes there. And when we first moved down here, we were actually seeing a lot of stuff that was actually brought over from Shanghai Disney.
The reason
we don't really see that stuff anymore.
No, the reason why we saw a lot of Shanghai stuff, this is going back 2 years ago at the Disney Character Warehouse, was because when that park just opened, they overloaded them with merchandise. Overloaded them, and they weren't selling.
What Liz said today was a 3.5 hour wait with the virtual queue.
We're gonna get into all of that. Oh yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
So what happened was they overloaded Shanghai Disney with all this merchandise, thinking it was gonna sell, but it didn't sell. So they were sitting on all that product. So pretty much, in a sense, to make the long story short, they probably had a conversation, and they were like, "Americans will buy the crap out of this."
Because
we
don't all have the money to travel to China.
Exactly. So we bought it all. Anything that I saw that had Chinese lettering.
Yeah, this is not Japanese, it's Chinese.
Chinese.
And we know it is because even though some of the packages didn't say what Disney it was from, my brother, the one time he was visiting, he put it into Google, and at first we thought it was Tokyo Disney. Because
sometimes I can't differentiate the lettering, the designs of the letters between Japanese and Chinese.
So my brother, and the Japanese translation made sense, but when he switched it to Chinese, it was literally verbatim what the English words were on the package. So that's how we knew that it was either from Hong Kong or Shanghai. And then we put 2 and 2 together because it was all the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff that it probably was Shanghai.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we when we saw that stuff, we're like, oh my gosh, we gotta get it because it's not from here.
Exactly. So it makes it very limited edition.
At least here.
So that's the thing. So that's pretty much the Character Warehouse. Now, the Character Warehouse did close mid-March, right? Just like the parks.
Jaden will go nuts if they bring in Tokyo Disney.
Right, exactly.
I'll go nuts because I want to go to Tokyo Disney.
Exactly. So mid-March, I don't know the exact date. It was the same day, I think, when the parks all closed. And they didn't know when they were going to open. So Disney Parks finally opened 4 months later. So we all thought, okay, the Character Warehouse should be opening too. So it was... What?
I don't know. I'm having like a ringing in my ear. I heard like beeping.
She's hearing things.
I think I'm losing my mind.
You lost that years ago marrying me.
It's true.
So, actually, let me backtrack. When they opened the first 2 parks, not all 4 were open. When the first 2 were open, we were like, okay, when's the warehouse going to open? And I said, they're probably going to wait until all 4 parks are open and then it'll open.
Which was only like a week later. But then it didn't open.
It didn't open.
And then there were like rumors going around with specific dates. Those dates came in wet. And pretty much it just opened last week.
It opened.
Or this week, I should say. Like.
And people have
Wednesday?
asked.
3 days ago.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
4 days. 3 days.
I don't know.
Whatever. However many days.
However many days.
Wednesday.
Yeah, and we found out on social media. It was all over the place, and I was seeing it from different sites and people talking about. Like one of them was on like the Disney annual pass holder websites and things like that, and everything. So I was kind of like, let's go check it out because I'm seeing it from different like Facebook sites, and for once, the actual interwebs was right.
It was, and we got there early, so the store didn't open till 11. And we got there around 9:15, but that was technically late. By the time we got there, we had to join the virtual queue. Liz was lucky; she got there earlier, and she made it. They had like 2 groups, so if you've been to the warehouse before, you know that ever since it got really popular, they now use one door as an entrance and the other door as an exit. So the people that were actually lined up by the entrance door were the first group of people to get in.
They didn't need the virtual queue.
No, and Liz got into the second group, which also didn't need the virtual queue, which was the people lined up by the exit door. And they had markers, so you knew that if you weren't on a marker, you had to go to the to the cast member to get a virtual queue. Luckily for us, though, because we still got there early enough, we were pretty much in the next group after Liz's group. Mm-hmm. So we were like the first virtual queue group to get in. So, and they opened a little early that opening day.
And that's usually the warehouse.
Yeah, but like they opened, I feel like around like 10:45. Typically when they would open early pre-COVID, and this was when the store would open at 10, they would like let in like 5 minutes early. So they let in like, I'd say about 15 minutes. So we pretty much, by the time we got in, it was only like, 10 to 15 minutes after 11?
Yeah.
So it didn't take us long. I don't know what it was like the whole rest of opening day. I think I saw Rachel from Diz Life of Ours posted on Facebook. They went in the evening, and I didn't get to watch the video yet, but like the title was like 1 hour before closing, what's still available, something like that. So I mean, I think because it was the first day and it wasn't really openly announced by Disney that it was open, that I feel like the first day probably actually wasn't too bad. And now it's the weekend and now people know. So now it's
because it's out
crazy. Because like Liz just said, it was a 3.5 hour wait for the virtual queue. And yeah.
So let's back up. Let's talk about the process. Because some people have asked, do you still need to go early like you used to at the Character Warehouse? I'm going to say yes, in a sense, because keep in mind, you may not be that first or second group that may not have the virtual queue. Always expect the worst. I always say that in a sense because that way you're never disappointed. So just go in there thinking that you did not make those first 2 and you're going to have to virtual queue.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, I guarantee you're going to have to virtual queue. It is what it is.
I mean, if you think pre-COVID, the line that would be there to get in the store when it started getting really popular, like if you weren't, and this was when it was opening at 10, if you weren't there by like 8 o'clock, you weren't going to be let in that first group. Mm-hmm. And so like whenever we went pre-COVID, we would get there right around 8 o'clock. And that's when Starbucks would open early, which they don't do apparently anymore.
We'll get into all that as well. So what you do, the steps. So go in there thinking you have the virtual queue. Okay, so you get to the store. You have it in your mind you got a virtual queue. So you're going to find a cast member. A cast member is going to be standing outside around the entrance side of the building.
3 or 4 of them.
I think because there were...
Well, one of them was a manager, and then there were like 2 regular cast.
Yeah, but there was only one specific person you had to check in with. You couldn't check in with any of them that you wanted.
I saw a couple people.
No, there was only...
I saw the little manager that I love.
But she wasn't doing the check-in.
She was at one point.
Yeah, but she probably passed it off. She has managerial things to do.
Whatever.
She's got managerial things to do.
Okay, there's one Palm Pilot thing that you gotta look for with the cast member.
So that's going to generally be over right around the entrance area. So you go up to him and or her, the cast member, and they'll ask you like, hey, do you need to be on the virtual line?
Or do you want to join?
Or do you want to join?
Queue?
So you say yes. Now they're going to ask you how many people are in your party. So for Lisa and I, 2. Okay, so they ask you for your cell phone number. Okay, you give it to them. Like I said, you 2 people.
Another thing, you need a cell phone.
Yes, you need a cell phone. And then they'll say, okay, what's your last name? How many in your group? 2, cell phone number, blam.
Blam.
And then, okay, we got you in. Now they're going to send you a text message to make sure that they have all the correct information. You got it. Everything works. You clear that up with them. You go, boom, I got it. Or I don't. You messed up somehow. So I got the text message. Yeah, right. So I got the text message. I said, cool, got your text message. He said, all right, you're in the virtual queue. At this point, okay, I would suggest don't ask the cast member how long it's going to take or to be till you think you're going to get in, because they have no clue.
They don't know, because it also depends. So they're only allowing a certain amount of people in the store. And so it also depends on how quickly people in the store in front of you are moving in and out of the store. So if like a group of people in front of you and they're all spending a long time in there, your wait's going to be longer. Mm-hmm. If you have groups of people going in and, most of them are moving in and out pretty quickly, your wait's going to be quicker. So they have no way of telling you an estimated time.
I do want to make note of this point, because I saw this a lot, and this is where security came into play. Because the character warehouse, when it opened, I saw police on the inside, and a bunch of mall security, rent-a-cops I call them. They were around the area as well. So, once you get your virtual queue that you're in, you're just waiting, okay?
You can go shop the rest of the outlet.
Most people were just standing around that area, right? They were standing around that area, like, by the door, because they were just like, if I get that text message now, because I think people thought, like, I'm going to get that message any minute. So that we're going to stand around. But at the same time, you cannot do that because you are blocking paths of people.
No,
so
but
security...
the nice thing about the location of the warehouse at the Vineland outlets is, since it is right by the food court, they do have these outdoor tables. So there's seating area if you do want to hang out. And like, luckily for Tony and I, because when we got there, Liz had told us like that we weren't really far behind where the end of her group was, which she was the last group to be let in without virtual queue. We knew that there was no sense in really going shopping around beforehand, because we would probably get the text soon. And that's exactly what happened. But if you're really not sure, take advantage, go
because
shopping.
Security, the police, whatever, will tell you, hey, I'm sorry, guys. So they're very respectful. I heard, some of them talk to people. Hey, I'm sorry, or are you guys, waiting for the virtual queue? Because they know. They're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, I'm sorry, I can't have you guys stand around just like in this circle because it's blocking the flow of traffic for people to walk. They said you can gladly sit at the tables, which you mentioned, and or hey, some of the other stores are open if you'd like to shop around. You'll get that message and you can just come right back over. So don't kind of be respectful of the other. Being mindful of the other people who aren't, waiting for that they're just walking back and forth doing their shopping.
Take notice, too, that I'm pretty sure that this is going to be something to stay even after COVID is a thing of the past, only because of how popular the warehouse is. I think they're going to keep this virtual queue thing going.
Oh, another thing.
That's my personal thought, only because it used to be that, lines would be getting long, and then they'd be blocking entrances to other stores. So then they started roping it off and all that. But I think this is just going to be something to stay which I don't necessarily have an issue with. Because it's either you're gonna wait in the line for 3 hours, or you could be in a virtual queue doing something else for 3 hours. So if it's that busy, obviously that day. But yeah, I don't think the virtual queue is gonna go away for the warehouse.
No. I want to stress this. This is very, very important. I noticed while we were waiting in line, like I got our text, we wait in our line, they say, hey, Tony, party of two?
Well, because
yes.
we
then
were
you go wait in a
waiting-
line.
Yeah, because we were waiting to speak with another cast member, and then the one manager who I adore, she's this little lady, but she has like a huge personality.
She's my favorite.
Yeah. She like yelled down and she was like, Tony? And we're like, yeah. She goes, your spot's right here. We have it saved. So I mean, like, they're very good at
Oh yeah, she was like
looking to make sure like who they texted, and if they see someone like trying to figure out who they're supposed to go to, they have people looking out for you.
But this is very, very important. So while we were waiting for our group to be let into the store, I noticed they have a sign on the window that says all masks, or you must wear a mask to get in the store. You have to have a mask. However, most people are like, oh, sure, yeah, I gotta wear a mask no matter what. However, even though that this is at the outlets, they are keeping the same rules, the Disney Character Warehouse, as the Disney parks. So it even says on this sign, no neck gaiters. No masks that have like those breathable sides things. They don't want you to have that either. Whatever you can't wear at Disney that you think would be a mask, you cannot wear it in that store.
And also keep in mind...
No bandanas, no neck gaiters.
And also keep in mind, too, even if you're not going to the outlets to go to the warehouse and you're going to do shopping at all those stores and not even step foot in the warehouse, the outlets also have their own policy that your face mask must remain on even outside of the stores. So you can't be like taking it off and then when you're ready to go in, put it back on. Like they have signs that say face masks are required throughout the outlet property.
Yeah, so no matter what, even the outlet, yeah, you have to.
You have to wear your face mask, even if you're outside of the actual stores.
Exactly.
Once you cross over that threshold into like the outlet area, you need to have a face mask on.
So while you're waiting in line, like we were the next in line to get into the store, so that took us maybe like an extra 5-7 minutes. And I did notice too, besides the sign, that cast members kept coming in and out, but they were cleaning. They were sanitizing all the door handles, so they are keeping it very, very clean.
And it's not like after, it's not like every 2 hours like the parks are doing. Like we were seeing it pretty much every time they let in a party. They were coming back, they were wiping stuff down, so...
Some people may have asked some questions. I don't know. Let's go to some of these comments,
Robert
just to make
said,
sure.
Who knows, maybe they'll start doing fast passes to get in. That would be nice. I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Disney stores are also doing the whole face mask.
Which would make sense. Disney is Disney, no matter where you are.
Does the warehouse have sanitizer? I didn't see any.
I don't think I saw any. I thought maybe I did because that was the first thing I looked for too. Because at the front of the entrance to the left-hand side, but then I was mistaken and it was something else.
Yeah, I don't think I saw.
So
any.
I don't think I saw any. I don't even know if I saw any like bottles at the registers. Like after you're done to like
and
squeeze.
Liz said she didn't see any at the outlet either. And it's true. Like
any.
you see Disney, even at Disney Springs, there's always hand sanitizer stations.
Now I will say though, for all the other stores at the outlets, because when I go to the warehouse, I go to other stores as well, like Adidas and things like that. They don't have sanitizer.
Adidas does.
Adidas does.
Adidas, when you walk, because we went into it. Adidas
Vans does not.
But Adidas, they have someone, because they also are another store that has multiple entrances, that now it's one entrance and one exit. Well, when you go in, there's a guy standing there at the table, and it's not the automatic thing. It's just a big.
And it's one of those if you want to use it.
Yeah, and they don't require it, but it's there for you.
Yeah, Vans I know doesn't have one. Levi's doesn't have one. However, Levi's has them at their counters when you check out. That if you want to pump, it's up to you. But yeah, overall, I don't think I saw
What
any.
other stores are near the warehouse? So again, this is inside an outlet, so there's plenty of stores.
So there's a lot of stores.
So like I said, the warehouse is right by the food court. If you walk through the food court, on the other side is Adidas. So we typically hit up both of those stores.
Yeah, I was
there's
good.
Levi's. There's everything there.
Jewelry store.
Yeah, and then you have the promenade right across the street that you could walk to. I think that's where the Old Navy
and things like that is. Yeah.
Something like that. There's like Gap. There's everything. It's just a mall, but it's
outdoor. So you got your Vans, your Zoomies, your Levi's, your Burberry, your Journeys,
American Eagle,
Puma,
Armani,
Aeropostale, American Eagle.
I said American Eagle.
I don't know. Luggage stores, Wilson Leather. It's everything that you would get.
Everything. Starbucks.
Oh, that's another thing. We want to talk about Starbucks for a second.
Downfall.
The downfall to this, especially for me, because as you guys know, I said it in all the past videos, and I do it all the time regardless. I have to have a coffee before I enter the warehouse because I know, I already visualize how crazy it's going to be.
And
And sometimes I get annoyed rather quickly.
So pre-COVID, like I said, we used to arrive around 8, wait the 2 hours for the store to open at 10.
But I would go.
We would go, and Starbucks would be open because they know that employees of other stores are starting work. So they would be open so that employees can come get their coffee. But obviously you could purchase coffee if you were there waiting for the warehouse to open. So we'd always have our coffee and enjoy it for the 2 hours that we were waiting.
Yeah, we would just talk.
Needless to say, Wednesday we're there and we're like, okay, so Starbucks isn't open yet. All right, outlets technically don't open till 11. They'll probably open at like 10 because, again, employees need their coffee. No, they waited till 11.
However, no, I'm going to correct you. On the weekends, because I did see signs.
On the weekends, they're open at 10. But we were there on a Wednesday.
Monday through Friday, they're open at 11. So I couldn't even have my coffee. I just had to wait there for hours that we were there.
Starbucks has an outlet.
That's right.
Yes.
I had to wait there for hours. They don't discount
the prices, but it's there.
With no coffee in me. And I could hear Liz screaming, and she was like saying to me, "Isn't this exciting?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
I need
it's
a coffee."
Great. I'm just like monitoring, like, "Yeah, Liz, it's great."
Well, what's
like,
funny,
I need a coffee.
It was funny. Joy really did try to get Starbucks to open.
Yeah, she
Joy
did.
Joy kept telling her mom, Liz, to go knock on the door and tell them to open, that all these people could use coffee. And Liz was like, "I'm not doing that. So Joy went and did it.
Yeah.
And she got nowhere. She came back and she's like, "They told me they open at 11."
Yeah. And I've gotten, let me put it this way. I get coffee so much before the character warehouse that all the people inside Starbucks know who I am. All right, like when I went in after
they
the
were
warehouse.
like, "It's been so long.
It's been so long since we've seen you," and I'm thinking to myself, "Why are you not opening up for me then earlier? Just give me the coffee. Just give me a shot of coffee."
Honestly, they could make a lot of business for all those people standing around waiting for the store to open, like me.
But that's even still it opens at 11. Like your workers, not Starbucks, but outlet
workers, you always
they like to grab a breakfast and a coffee.
You always open at least an hour early. Why did you not do that?
Exactly. So let's talk about the inside of the warehouse.
Yes, me too, Diana. I've been waiting for however long it's been for that Hakuna Matata spirit jersey to get to the warehouse. And it still has not made it there. I think because it still sells really well at the park.
It does.
And I think until they come out with a new Lion King spirit jersey, it's going to be a while till we see that Hakuna Matata one.
Oh, yeah. So let's talk about the inside. So they have their plexiglasses, like anything else, and they have their spacing markers. Now, like Lisa said, they do let X amount of people in at a time. I think we figured that estimated amount of people was about 30. Estimated at a time.
We just got the potential dates for the family vacation for next year. That has nothing to do with warehouse.
Where are we going?
To Gatlinburg.
Why are we going to Gatlinburg?
You got excited that you wanted to go to see Elvis's house.
That's 2 hours away.
So?
Elvis's house is not in Gatlinburg.
But remember my dad said that there's some package thing that he's buying that includes that?
I don't know. I love Tennessee, and I love Graceland. And I haven't seen Elvis's house or toured Elvis's house since I was a kid. I don't know. Anyways, off topic. So...
You missed the group text earlier.
I love it. Insert off-topic moment here. Yeah, we do this
sorry.
a lot. We do this very much.
I got a text message from my dad.
So, inside, everything is just as you would see it. There's plexiglass. There are markers.
Sparkle.
Probably from your Spirit jersey stuff.
Yeah, I think it was from the Disneyland one.
And
thanks, Liz, for that one.
And they let about 30 people in at a time. That's my rough estimate. About 30 people. So you might have to wait outside for a little bit, this and that. Now, the weekend. So Liz stated on here that it was, about a 3-hour wait? No, hour wait?
Wait, when? Today?
Yeah.
She said it was like a 3.5 hour wait.
Okay, so...
With the virtual...
I got a person who... A subscriber messaged me. She lives in Georgia, so she's doing a little weekend, vacay. So she messaged me asking, so the warehouse is open. Yeah, it's open.
The Vineland one.
The Vineland.
No, I drive.
So, and that's the thing. I message people back. You know what I mean? So
I message people.
Because some people.
I try to, but apparently I don't always get the notifications. I forget. Was it?
I don't know.
Araceli that messaged me once, and I saw it like 2 months later.
Yeah.
I was like, I never got the notification.
So, she said she got there at 10:30. So she got there a half hour before it opened. Because I didn't tell her like what time to go. She didn't ask, I didn't even know she was going. And I messaged her back because I was at work because she said did that, and it was like 2:30, right when I was getting off my break, and I saw this message like, oh, we're signed up for virtual crew, and I was like, that's cool. And she's like, we didn't get in. I was like, what do you mean you didn't get in? She's like, so we got it at 10:30. I probably should have went earlier, and she said at 2:00 they still didn't get in, so they figured we're just going to go to our hotel. Our room is ready, unpack. So she went straight from Georgia to the character warehouse and not to their hotel room, their resort. So they were like, screw it, let's go to the resort, unpack. And it was like that half hour, 40 minutes later, they got the message that they could go to the character warehouse, that they were ready to go for virtual queue. But they were already, she's like, we're just going to Epcot. We're going to try tomorrow. She's like, I'm just going to have to get there early. So that kind of gives you the idea what you have to do here.
And I don't know how long they wait either when you get that text message to show up.
I don't know.
Because I think they're expecting people to still be at least at the outlet, so they probably give enough time for you to walk from one end of the outlet to the other. But like, if you're off the property,
I don't know.
I don't know how long they wait.
Yeah.
Shipments twice a week instead of daily.
Which makes sense. I feel that they probably still want to move that merchandise at the parks. Hence, probably why we've seen, like you said, all those 30% off, the 2020s, buy one, get one free. I don't think we're going to see the
Flower Garden merch come to the warehouse.
But I'm just saying that Disney is not known in the parks throwing all these promotions.
That's what I mean.
Buy one, get one free.
They're still doing these sales
30%
inside
off.
the parks. Some of the stuff that you may, like, before the parks even open, and we were like, oh, I wonder when the warehouse opens if they're gonna ship all the Flower and Garden merch over, because Flower and Garden is over.
It didn't happen.
That was also before they made the announcement that they were combining Flower and Garden with Food and Wine.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay. So then, Epcot reopened, and you still saw the Flower Garden merch, and we didn't see any of the Food and Wine. Now Food and Wine has officially taken over. So then we thought, okay, well, the Flower Garden, when the warehouse opens, because again, the warehouse still wasn't open, is going to go there. But they're still running this sale.
That 30%.
So I don't think we're going to see it.
I don't know. Which is
why I grabbed my Orange Bird leggings at Epcot the last time I was
there. Because you just do not know at this point anymore. So, because people asked, was anything new that we saw in there?
There was a few
the
Chinese
things.
New Year Mickeys were there.
Yeah, the plushes. I spotted them from outside while waiting in line.
You weren't sure. You were like, those Mickeys kind of remind me of the Chinese New Year's Mickeys. And then I was like, I'm pretty sure they are. And then when we got in the store, they were.
I was right. I have a good eye for things.
And Pascal, I don't remember seeing at the warehouse.
Yeah.
On the last weekend before it closed.
Haunted Mansion magnets were new.
think.
I think they were.
I think the pins that we saw were new. But like clothing wise,
no, not really.
Other than the race shirts, which I only saw those two and those.
Everything was still the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that going in that it was going to be more of a refresher.
See, I'm glad I bought the orange bird leggings.
Mm-hmm.
Because Liz just said they're almost out at the parks. So I don't. Yeah. I think if anything, it's going to be like the random stuff.
Well, when you went to get your leggings, they only had extra small and small. That was it.
Yeah, and I'm glad I lost some weight because then I could fit in the small.
I lost weight too. I lost 13 pounds. I bet you can't tell.
Really? They were there before they were closed? Clearly, I wasn't looking in the little kid section. Liz said Pascal and Mickey was there. I don't believe it.
I don't think Chinese New Year Mickey was there.
I don't think he was either.
No, he wasn't there.
Liz is saying he was.
You're a liar.
You're a liar. You lie.
You lie. You lied to me. Where's my donuts? And,
where's my poppy?
That's right. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, that's all I can really think of for the warehouse.
I know, Liz. I could tell you lost weight. You look good.
Yeah, Liz, you do.
Everyone just announced that they lost weight. Getting off topic again.
I know, right? We always do. But that's all I can think of about the warehouse of answering the questions. Yes, I would still go early. Yes, go in thinking that you're going to have to virtual queue. Yes, you're still going to wait. Yes, it could be a 15-minute to a 3-hour wait.
Everyone's now backing up Liz that those two things were there before.
You all lied.
You
all lied to me. To my face on screen.
On screen.
Typing your messages.
In broad nighttime.
In darkness.
What?
I know what I'm talking about.
I feel like we're off topic. Donuts!
Donuts. I want my donuts. I don't know. Can you think of anything else about the warehouse? Anybody have any questions? Have you caught up to everything I've been talking about? Take a letter. Write it down.
You know what I noticed too? I don't think that I don't think they have that cast member in there that's selling park tickets.
No, they're not selling park tickets.
They used to do that.
Yeah, but I didn't see anybody do that.
I don't remember seeing. I didn't really fully take notice, but I don't really remember.
No, because the policia,
the security guy was there.
The policia was standing there. Policia.
Dun, dun, dun.
I can't think of anything else to talk about the warehouse. It's all very basic.
Will you be posting weekly videos of the merch again?
Me?
I think it's gonna be a little bit before it gets like super regular like it was.
I used to do two videos.
You used to go every week.
2 videos a week. I would go twice a week to the warehouse.
Yeah.
Once at the start of the week or midweek and then at the end.
Whatever your days off were.
But I think I'm going to do once a week because, you know.
Oh, Liz wants to talk about the bullies.
See, I saw Liz's video on that.
That was a good video.
It was good. I didn't see 100% of it because of being at work, and late night.
Whole thing. Pretty much,
I have the gist of what happened.
People took pictures of Liz, Faith, and Joy taking out their haul from the store.
Yes.
And if you don't know who Liz is, people, which you should just know because she's just awesome.
True story. We don't lie about that.
We don't lie about that. She's a personal shopper. And what I really like about Liz is she doesn't overcharge for the stuff she buys. So if it's $15 at the warehouse, she's charging you $15. Now she does charge you like what do you call it, your tip or whatever for picking it up for them. But like she's not purchasing it at the warehouse and then selling it at park price. And she's mainly doing this for people that can't come down and pick up the stuff themselves. And she spends a lot of time working on this. And so
you can kind of call Liz a pixie duster, if you will.
Yeah. So apparently when she was leaving the store, which we had gone long before her, people were taking pictures of them and posting stuff on social media about how they were posting really mean things.
Because I think we left probably about an hour before Liz did.
We left way before she. Yeah, no, because the store only opened at 11. So yeah, maybe like
1.
I don't know what time we left. Who cares? But yeah. So anyway, and now I guess there's more people coming up, or with other people.
This was
other
new.
Resellers. Oh yeah, that was new.
That was new, and there was only one left. $55.
So
I'd pay 40.
But anyway, so there's bullies out there
Bullies.
who get really upset with Liz or people like Liz who take out these huge hauls. But Liz also is very giving. I'm like totally summarizing her video right now.
Let me
but
tell
she
you.
is one that if she does overhear you saying that you wanted something and she knows she has a bunch of it because she was just picking up a bunch of the same thing because she knows that that's what her customers like and she's gonna be able to sell them off. I mean, she's willing to give you stuff. I've gotten stuff from her. Paid her for it.
Yeah, and don't worry, we get crap too, and we're not even.
We don't even purchase stuff and they give us crap because we're there filming.
We're filming, and I've been called many times to my face that we are the cause.
Yeah, we're at fault for the warehouse getting not just us, but like the YouTubers that do the warehouse. That we're at
your
fault that the warehouse is so popular now.
And nobody can get nothing because it's all the YouTubers' fault for putting out these videos.
Whatever. Stupid. Dun, dun, you evil filmers, yeah.
Yeah, we're evil people. We're so evil, it's like evil.
Anything else we need to talk about? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else we have to talk about.
No, I don't want to talk to you no more.
But we didn't make it to our hour marker. Oh, this is actually going to be a shorter video.
I told you it's going to be a short one.
You always say that. It never ends up being.
But I think that's it that I can cover about the warehouse. Is there any other... Maybe somebody has any questions about it? Maybe something we didn't talk about? If not, I'm going to leave you. I don't know. Yes, Liz is amazing. Sorry, Liz, and you guys get crap. Not cool.
Whatever.
It's whatevs, man. Take it with a grain of salt.
So, I feel like this is just the awkward silence. Bring in deflated Mickey.
I'm just gonna stare at everybody very uncomfortable.
Liz says, wait.
Wait.
Wait for what?
Just wait a minute. Just look at it. She's got something.
How you get your mohawk up? Product or iron?
How do I get my mohawk? Yeah, dude.
Halloween Horror Nights is not about.
How I get my mohawk up? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Hairspray.
Hairspray, my hand, and a brush and a blow dryer.
Liz wants to talk about Halloween Horror Nights. It's not Halloween Horror Nights. It's Halloween Horror Days.
Yeah, we call it HHD. Halloween Horror Days.
It's going on during the daytime. It's not going on.
You must virtual queue only. Virtual queue went out in the first 10 minutes. However, they disperse more virtual queue passes throughout the day. So don't get discouraged.
They're going to have more houses.
Yes, they are having alternating houses. Every other week or something like that, it'll be a 2 that you saw today, and then it'll be a different 2 within that next week. So they're alternating the houses.
Steven wants to know if they price dropped much on the merch since the merch.
No.
There were a couple shirts that we saw that they dropped down to even now $5.
But otherwise...
But those were the ones that I feel like they had for like months and months and months even prior to the closing. But not everything was... Like the Jafar shirt went down to $5.
I think that was though. I think everything was still priced normal. You know. Because I was like, oh, Jafar, $5. And I said that in the video. And I was like, oh, the price dropped. And then as I was editing it, I was like, wait, no. That Jafar shirt was $5 like 6 months ago. Yeah.
Oh, Marsha wants to know Aquanet Extra Super Hold?
I use... No, I don't use Aquanet.
You know, you have a...
I use Aussie.
Yeah, the Aussie Instant Freeze.
Yeah, Aussie Instant
I use
Freeze.
their gel.
Yeah, Aussie Instant Freeze takes me about like 5 to 10 minutes to do it. I just do sections. Like, I don't do the whole hair. I just spray the base here and here, blow dry it, and then I'll stand up flopping. And I'll do that throughout my whole hair because I just want it up, and then I'll... and then it's done. Because I'm not looking for perfect mohawk. Because being punk rock is not always having to be perfect, right? I don't know. Dude, you should get a mohawk and do it. Just taught you how to
Get a
do it.
mohawk.
I don't know. Maybe I'll do that in a video one day. Getting ready with Tony, and you guys can see me how I do my mohawk.
Yeah, but most days getting ready with Tony is throwing a hat on.
Some days I do my mohawk. I'll show you how to do like Liberty spikes or something. I don't know. I thought about almost getting rid of the mohawk, starting over, skinning the head, and then just growing the whole hair out and go Liberty spikes all over like I used to.
No.
Why?
You can shave your head, but I don't want that.
Sometimes I go back and forth, go skinhead and mohawk and...
You were bald. I don't mind you bald.
Well, that's what I'm saying, skinhead.
Yeah, I don't mind that, but I don't want spikes all over.
I always go back and forth between skinhead and mohawk. It's usually my two haircuts I go with. You like the pompadour.
I did. You had a good pompadour for
Yeah.
our engagement photos.
Yeah.
You looked good.
It looked good. It looked good. All right, I can't think of anything else.
I can't either.
So we will let you go.
Yeah.
So the next video will be a live video I'm going to do. I'm going to take you all, if you care to join me, Wednesday, 1 o'clock-ish.
Are you off Wednesday?
Yep. We're going to Magic Kingdom. We're going to check out all the fall stuff. All the fall decorations that they have up currently. The 27th, I believe, is when it's fully done, but they have some stuff up now. And we're going to take a look at the Mickey's Not So Scary Cavalcades. You know what I mean? Because we'll see Jack Skellington and whoever else wants to show up.
Skellington?
Yeah, that dude.
The evil queen?
Yeah, that chick.
Maleficent?
Yeah, that broad.
Queen of Hearts?
Yeah, that lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we will see you then. If you care to join, I will obviously put everything on the interwebs to remind anybody if they would love. So we will see you on Wednesday. Well, not Lisa. She'll be working. I will see yous on Wednesday at Magic Kingdom. Worst park to go to, in my opinion. But I'm going to do
Park
it.
to get into.
That's the thing. It's the worst park to get into.
If you're not staying on property.
It's a headache, man. And then I have fun, and then it's like, all right, I'm going to leave. And I'm like, oh, my headache. My headache comes back, and I'm like, I hate the inconvenience of getting into Magic Kingdom.
More like getting to and from your car.
Yeah, your destination. All right, guys. We will see you on Wednesday. Vlog.
Finito.
Bye-bye.